Well, isn't it convenient that I just woke up and somebody's already set up my microphone and light? I recently watched 2 movies. I watched more than 2, but I'm only going to be talking about 2. And those 2 films are Shin Godzilla and Lucid Dream. I'm going to start with Shin Godzilla because I believe more people will have seen that, because Godzilla is a bigger name, a more recognisable brand, so you're more likely to have seen it. So let's talk about that. Shin Godzilla was a decent film. I'm not sure if I would like to refer to it as decent or good. I'm leaning on good, but I didn't love it as much as I hoped I would. I thought it was a good film. I would probably give it a 6 out of 10. But it didn't speak to me on the same way as this film right here, Godzilla, the original Godzilla. That no Godzilla film has beaten this. I was hoping Shin Godzilla would come close. I knew it wouldn't beat it. I was hoping it would come close, but unfortunately it falls as shy as the it falls as shy as the 2014 film. Maybe comparing Shin Godzilla to Gareth Edwards' film is a little unfair, because at least this film still had a political side to it. Those that haven't seen the Godzilla series, they don't realise that Godzilla is a political monster. Obviously, he is a kaiju. He does destroy the cities, but the films always had a political side to them. The original talks about the Hiroshima bomb a lot, and the newest one, Shin Godzilla, was a social political satire to the response to one of the recent earthquakes in Japan, and that is where it didn't lose me, but it didn't interest me as much as Godzilla. I don't know what to call it. The original Godzilla, but it's just called Godzilla, so that's gonna get confusing, because if I just say the word Godzilla, you might think I'm just talking about the monster Godzilla. But oh no, I said Godzilla too many times. I'm lost. What was I talking about? Satire. Yeah. So this Godzilla, the original, was not a satire as such. It was more commentary than satire, and those two are closely linked, but there is a difference. And out of commentary and satire, for these themes, I feel commentary works better than satire. You may disagree, but that is my view, and this is my film discussion. And it's not that Shin Godzilla is bad. It's just Godzilla is so much better. Yeah, the American films, I do like the Monsterverse. Is that what it's called? The Monsterverse film, but it doesn't have that political element to it, which makes Godzilla so interesting to me, because I do like kaiju films. They are fun, but adds social commentary that makes it not just a fun film, but a good film or a great film, depending on how well the themes are handled. There was quite a lot of humour, because this was more satire than social commentary, and it felt okay. I remember 2 jokes I thought were quite funny. I won't list them because, you know what, I'll just get into spoilers. I'm going to put a time code up here. Skip to that time if you haven't seen the film, and that's when I'll stop talking about spoilers. So, the jokes that I liked, if you've seen the film, there's a bit where he's giving that speech and he's saying, "Don't worry, there's no threat of the monster coming on land." The man runs up to him. What? It has? That I thought that was really funny. That this is not a good discussion. I'm just saying what I liked. Well, I also like the joke about that guy's noodles getting cold. I can't remember what type of noodles they were, but yeah, the job was harder than he thought it would be. As for the evolving stuff, that was okay. The CG at first, with his first form, wasn't the best. And that's coming from somebody who loves Godzilla and Rubber Suit. It was acceptable. It wasn't laughable, but you could definitely tell that it was CG. Later on, it does get better. I think they spent most of their budget on the main Godzilla, which, if you've got a small budget and you're doing CG, yeah, that sounds about fair. Your main attraction you'll put more budget into. Unfortunately, as it's a Japanese film, not a Hollywood film, it doesn't have a massive budget. So things like that are bound to happen. So I think out of the budget they did the best they could. Now, as for recommendations, I'm not entirely sure who I'd recommend this film to, because definitely Godzilla fans. Yeah, it doesn't ruin the monster. It's still kind of cool to see the monster, but I think you won't get as much enjoyment if you aren't familiar with the earthquake that happened, because the film is a satire of that. So I would say, if you're a kaiju fan, maybe watch it. But if you know all the stuff about the earthquake, then yeah, I would recommend it. And that's just where the film fell flat for me. It wasn't that it was a bad film. I wasn't as familiar with the elements that it was parodying. Now on to the other film that I watched. I kind of feel bad putting these in the same video because it might seem racist me putting 2 Asian films together, but the real reason I put these 2 films together is because my next film discussion will probably have somebody else in. Oh no, I broke the illusion that this is a real thing happening. Like, I try and pretend that this is like, that I try and put up this 4th wall with like the opening and ending of these videos, but I'm just talking to a camera. Obviously, this is a video. Yeah, this is a video. In case any of you couldn't tell, my next topic, my next film discussion is a Korean film called Lucid Dream. I did not know what this film was at all. I just was looking on Netflix and I saw it listed. So I added it to my list, and that night I watched it. I'm very happy I did, because I enjoyed this film. Again, similarly to Shin Godzilla, which I just discussed, I didn't love it. It was far from perfect. It wasn't great, but it was good. It was a good film. I enjoyed it, and for something that I hadn't heard of, that's good, because often most films I watch I haven't heard of. What was that film? Halloween Tales. I was not happy with that after watching it, and just being happy with a film, that's enough for me. Not everything needs to be a masterpiece. I really love masterpieces, but every now and then, just sitting down and watching a good film, I'm happy with. And I did not read any plot descriptions or watch any trailers before this film. I just went and watched it, and I would recommend doing that. Just watch the film. I'm not going to get into spoilers, but I would. I don't know how to describe it, but the stuff I'm going to discuss isn't spoilers, but you'd be better off not knowing and just watching it. So skip to this time here if you haven't seen the film, or don't, because I'm not going to give away spoilers. I just feel that this film, it's better going in knowing nothing. Hope I explained that well. I am a big fan of this man, and if you haven't heard of this man, he is a urban legend on the internet. Who the origin of this urban legend is that, well, within the urban legend, the origin of this man is there was a therapist, and what's the word of like a client for a therapist? Patient. The patient was talking about a man that comes into their dreams, and the therapist sketched this man, and then they had this sketch out, and then another patient came in and saw it, and they went, "Where did you get this?" I saw this man in my dream. And then as time goes on, more people recognise this man. And I was watching a video describing this legend, and I was like, I don't believe, just as a personal thing, I don't believe in any like ghost, anything that you can't prove as fact. I don't believe any of that. So obviously I didn't believe it, but I thought this is an interesting story, and it intrigued me. So in no way did I believe it was real, but it intrigued me. I thought I was watching this video describing this man, thinking this is great. Imagine if I could make a film about this one day, because I thought this is a perfect idea for a film. And then it turned out that this man was going to be a horror film, and I was disappointed because that meant I couldn't make a film about this man. But also I was like, yeah, I want to see this film. So I was still happy. And then the film, I don't know if it's cancelled or just on hold, but the film it's not coming out. But then I watched Lucid Dream, and out of nowhere, during the opening credits, for half a second, I saw this man's eyes. And I recognised it. I was like, was that this man? And I like watching films naturally. I don't like pausing or rewinding until like later dates. But I just had to. I had to know if that was this man, because I thought it can't be this man. But no, I pull it back. There he was. There was this man. And I was like, what is this man doing here? And then it turned out that this man was actually part of the story. he was a man who goes into other people's dreams. So it made me kind of happy that this man, there is a film about this man. Unfortunately, it wasn't the sort of film that I was hoping for. It was still good, but it wasn't the film that I saw in my head when I was thinking about a film about this man. Because this man was going to be a horror film, and this story was more... What genre was this film? Thriller mystery. That's what I would class it as. That's my genre for the film. I should have just looked it up. That would have been easier. But yeah, this man, he was in this film. How long have I been talking about this man? Like, I think I talked about this man for longer than I talked about the entirety of Shin Godzilla. That's probably not true, but it feels like it, because I like this man. I like the legend. So let's get into the actual film. The film is about somebody whose child was kidnapped, and then they read about how lucid dreaming, the title, Lucid Dream, how they can help discover secrets. Like they dream about their memory of an event. So he starts dreaming his memory of the day his child was kidnapped, and then he starts paying more attention, looking at the faces, he sees a tattoo on somebody's arm, and as it's a mystery thriller type film, he starts piecing these clues together. And that's as much as I can say without spoilers. I don't really want to get into spoilers for this film. For that, I'm just going to go to who I would recommend this film to. I would recommend this film to people... Anybody that is okay with watching foreign language films. I strongly disagree with people who say they can't watch foreign language films because they don't like reading subtitles. Not to be rude, but I find that incredibly lazy. So anybody that's fine with watching a subtitled film, I say watch it. It's not amazing, but it's an entertaining 2 hours. I'm not sure how long this film was. An hour 40 minutes maybe. It's an entertaining insert runtime here. So give it a shot. It's okay / good. I think it's good. It's kind of refreshing doing a film discussion alone. It is a little bit awkward because when you're thinking, you can't make the other person talk. Like that's one of the things I do. I'm not sure if anybody's noticed, but in the film discussions, I just get the other person, when I'm thinking, I get the other person to speak, so that it's more entertaining for the viewer. So, yeah, you might have noticed a lot of me pausing or saying when I was thinking to try and fill the space. So I apologise for that. I wonder if the next one will have somebody in. Speak of the devil.